Why, hello there, Kim.
Well, hello there, Jason, from the second floor of our award-winning gallery right here in Cotuit, Massachusetts.
Yeah, fancy seeing you here just on the other side of this wall behind me.
Yes, yes. No one would know. That's how close the voices are.
Yeah. Well, welcome you and welcome all of you as well to another recording of Purple Figs here. Kim, for the new folks, tell us a little bit about Purple Figs.
So Purple Figs is our wonderful program in which Jason and I take a look at the art like we don't always do this every day, find each other staring at some new piece of wonderfulness. And we look around to see if something might inspire us. And we're always inspired by a lot of it, but we select one and we write about it. We write a poem, and ekphrasis is the fancy term because you fancy, but it's really poetry inspired by art. It's an ancient poetic technique. And it's not just a description of a piece, it's really what it evokes in you. And you'll hear that in mine today. It's very little description, but description within the evocation, I hope.
Yes, you will. I'm very excited to share it. Well, with the description that's succinct, Kim, I think there's nothing left for us to do but get right to the poem before we show off the work. So you can see the work behind Kim there. This is part of our spring mix exhibit up in our gallery. We have all sorts of artists who've contributed to it, and the only idea was, bring in your works evocative of spring that are in a mixed media. So you'll see all sorts of varieties as you walk through, and Kim has chosen this one. So Kim, whenever you're ready, why don't you share that poem with us?
So this poem is called First Love. It's inspired by Sprang, Spring, Sprung, acrylic and oil stick by Mary Kinsley. And that's important because it was supposed to be mixed media, and this certainly is. That's how it was with us. First love, sprang, spring, sprung, whirling dervishes of ecstasy entwined. You, all purple and red with sprinkles of pink. Me, white squiggles like corkscrews of clouds released. And the elephant, oh, the elephant hiding amidst our bliss, smiling and trumpeting our spiraling love, chasing away, for now, the snakes masquerading as fun.
That's so delightful. And I told you after I read it that it transformed this piece for me. But why don't we start with you? When you first encountered Sprung, what was your reaction to it?
Well, this is such a joyful piece. I mean, it's abstract, it's joyful, it's like a river with fish just dancing through it. I mean, so many things went through my head. I cannot explain to you why first love words jumped into my head, but that's how it got started. And that's often how it happens with this kind of poetry inspired by art. You don't even know where it comes from and what's happening to you. But this piece was so evocative to me, and I just wanted to share some of that joy and not get it too much into the color schemes and whatnot without folding them into what I was trying to say, which is that first love should be just that, brilliant, whirling, dervishing, fun, exciting, squiggling, spiraling. But there's always a little something underneath. Where did the elephant come from? I don't know, but I know it's in there. I know it's in there. It's hiding.
That was my question because when I read the poem, I was like, I gotta find a picture of the elephant. Where's the elephant? It took-
It honestly, it might have been a little bit of a leftover from the last show, the winter art
Hmm.
show. We had a wonderful artist, and please forgive me, but I can't remember her name. She did an artist talk during the tour with the Sandwich Book Group, and she had these wonderful animals, sort of partly hidden in the bush, and there just the what she described and the way she talked about that experience, I think has stayed with me, and it was just in there somehow. And so I may have had a little colliding artwork going on here.
I remember those pieces. There was four of them, and each of them
Yes,
had animals in them, except for one of them. But people would come up to it looking for the hidden animal within, not realizing that
it
it
was in
was
this
only in the
piece.
other ones. Yep, it was right hiding in here. Yes, somewhere there's got to be an elephant. Well, I
Right.
tell you, Kim, I'm so glad to have read your poem because, like I said, it totally recontextualized this for me. For me, this piece was just a source of anxiety. Looking at it, it just sort
Interesting.
of filled me with like the tangles felt cerebral in nature. Like this is a mind almost sort of tangled up in on itself, knotted and uncomfortable, and that sort of dark static background to it, um, gave me almost a sense of dread, like something horrible had happened here. And now, when I take your poem into consideration, I, I can't see that anymore. It's totally changed. It's like an optical illusion where you're looking at one way and the other, and they start to, you see the old woman and then you see the young woman turning away. And now I'm getting that same sensation here where I can still feel the initial experience I had, but there's this new one, this exciting one, that is thanks to that contextualization that you brought to it with your poem, which was just so full of light and life. And certainly, as things are finally warming up around here, it's definitely a relief for me to have more work in your vein than mine. I think I'm stuck in winter and you're ready for spring. And that.
But Jason, I love what you just said about what you saw, because one of the things that certainly is ekphrasis in its essence, but just a viewing of artwork all the time, is there is room for every interpretation. And this is what we
Mhm.
encourage people to do. Even if you're not writing about it, have a conversation with a piece. Come and look at it, because your voice is important. Every voice is important when it comes to looking at this, because this is, to me, the testament to a piece of art that really evokes more than one story, if you will.
Mhm.
And that, I think, is really what is so important to me and so exciting about what you just said, is the two completely divergent stories that emerged for you and for me when we looked at this.
I love that thought. And we talk about it, you and I, all the time with people who come through. When you're here in the gallery, you're having a conversation with this piece. And to me, ekphrasis is to have that conversation as boldly and as fully as possible. And I'm excited every week to do it. You make me want to write to this, to like have the two poems sit as a diptych together, looking at the same poem. Um, well, is there any other artwork up there with you, Kim, or is that the one piece in the exhibit?
Well, if you want to take a look at this from the view here. We've got the beautiful work by Dan Weldon that I'll
Yeah.
just share briefly. This is a master printmaker. But if you look around at what's going on up here, there is so much in this spring mix. The interpretations are unbelievable. You really need to come down here and take a look at it. This exhibit is up until April 23rd. Look at this. This is just exquisite artwork here, and you don't want to miss. Look at this beautiful stained glass.
Oh, it's marvelous. Yeah.
It's just incredible, and this is just gorgeous interpretations of the word spring, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And come and interact with it. Come and talk to us about it, and certainly look at it. And let me remind everyone, everything on our walls is for sale.
Yes.
So you may come and be inspired, not just to have a conversation, but to take it home and continue talking about it for a long time to come.
I sure hope you do, and I hope at least you come and check it out. The gallery, like Kim said, is free. The artwork for sale can continue a conversation for years and years to come. So it's absolutely marvelous. Kim, thank you so much for sharing your poem today, and thanks to all of you as well. Did you have any last words for our fans at home?
Well, there's another call right now. We're doing a sister collaboration exhibition with our friends up in Gloucester at Rocky Neck Art Colony and Cotuit Center for the Arts. Folks can enter that, check out our website, and submissions for that close on April 3rd. So you don't want to miss that opportunity.
Definitely tell your friends. It's going to be a very cool opportunity to be able to share with the Sister Arts organization here in the Commonwealth. So, all right, that's it for Purple Figs today. Kim, thank you again. I cannot wait to join you here in the gallery again soon.
Yep, I'm going to go talk to my elephant now.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great week, everyone.